vast. You're going to see a lot of goats, and you're going to see a lot of sheep.
Get your camera with you. You have a lot of place to take a picture.
Turkey is known as the bridge between Europe, Asia, and Africa. Driving it can be a challenge when you realize how mountainous it actually is. At an average elevation of 6,000 feet above sea level, it's one of the highest countries in the world. But it's definitely a rewarding drive when you see how green it is. Turkey's actually one of the few agriculturally self-sufficient countries in the world. Over 2/3 of its borders are coastline, with the Black Sea to the north, the Aegean to the west, and the Mediterranean to the south. And just when you think you've seen it all, you find yourself in eastern Turkey. And if you get up early enough, you can catch a very monumental sight.
So now we're on the way up to Mount Nemrut for a sunrise. It's really early. Okay. Talk to you later then. Bye-bye.
As your body temp cools off from the rigorous hike to the 7,000-foot peak of Mount Nemrut, you'll really begin to hate yourself if you forget to bring a blanket with you. The thin morning air goes straight to the bones, but if the weather's right, just look to the east. This ought to warm you up. Don't forget to look behind you. The sunrise isn't all this place is known for. These are the statues of gods built over 2,000 years ago by King Antiochus as a tomb sanctuary for himself. The statues are of himself, 2 lions, 2 eagles, and various Greek and Persian gods. Over time, the heads have fallen off and now sit below their original bodies. After the sunrise, hire a driver and spend the day driving around Komagin, and then come back up Mount Nemrut to sit on the other side where you'll find more statues and an equally impressive sunset, if the weather's right.
This is Sanliurfa. It's in the southeast part of Turkey. It's got a lot of Middle Eastern influence.
Welcome to the City of Prophets. Also known as Urfa and once known as Edessa, this is an ancient biblical city that goes back at least 3,500 years to the Hittites. These are the sacred carp. As the story goes, a holy man of Islam was about to be burned to death by a group of non-believers, but the fire turned into water and the logs turned into carp, and the Balik Ligul was formed.
So if you have a chance, go over there, make your wish and throw it in the pool. If one of those fish catch that, your wish comes true.
Urfa is a place of pilgrimage, not only for Muslims, but for curious travelers seeking a more historically significant destination. This was once the home of some pretty important biblical figures, like Abraham and Job, to name a few. The feeling you get in places like this transcends any barrier set by religious denomination. Your eyes feel like they're gonna pop out of your head, and you feel so out of place, but at the same time you feel comforted. Almost like you're weirded out in a good way. Now, if you're looking for more of a Christian pilgrimage, a short drive away in Antakya is St. Peter's Grotto. This is known as the first Christian church built by man and the oldest one still in use. This is also where followers were first called Christians. And if you favor mythology over religion, you can go to the Pit of Hell in Mersin. It's 50 meters wide and 420 feet deep.
The culture is so ancient, and yet it's so modern today because everything about it is what we want to know more about.
Well, modern isn't exactly how I would describe my furthest southeastern destination in Turkey.
Right now we're in Haran. It's an ancient biblical city. This is an Assyrian university dating back to 2000 BC, making it the oldest university ever. Haran is actually one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world. This is an example of some ancient beehive architecture, the only place you're gonna find it in Turkey.
People still live inside these beehive houses, and there's a good chance that they'll invite you in and show you more about their culture. But be warned that they will also try to sell you clothes and souvenirs whether you want them or not.
Right now we're actually about 6 miles from Syria, which is straight that way. And normally that would kind of freak me out, as it would many Americans, but it's just a misconception because I felt nothing but safe and welcomed here. The Turkish people are very kind and are very eager to speak English with Americans.
All the Florida, I'm waiting you to Turkey. Welcome to Turkey, Florida. Welcome.
And this dude obviously likes Florida. Don't go anywhere. Things are about to get bizarre in Turkey.
These flight suits are awesome.